a long time before we actually come on. So, folks, we are going to be...
Well, like 15 seconds or so, maybe?
Let's make sure that people can hear us first. So we're going to sit here and just chill out.
Yeah, you're going to have to give us the benefit of the doubt for about 15 or 20 seconds.
We'll catch up soon enough. So if you're looking at this, this is all the... where's my thing? Here's all the games that I'm interested in. I have 7 pages worth of games, and that's not all the games that there possibly are.
I don't think I had that many.
So, as soon as we get confirmation that people can hear us, we will begin.
I have one.
I can see and hear you. Well, you know what? If Jason can see or hear us, then we're good.
Let's do it.
All right. Folks, what we're going to do here is we're going to be talking about some games from Essen Spiel 2014, right, which Zee is leaving for in 2 days.
Correctamundo.
I'm leaving for in 4 days. We'll get there. So we're going to talk about some games, but we will gladly pause this at any point if someone has a question.
And I will be trying to keep an eye on this.
All right. So if you see Zee looking off to the side, he's looking at you. And
we're checking my phone.
You got some flack for that in our last live session. People are like, why is he always checking his phone? Because he was answering your questions.
I was.
Why does it say high future? Oh, that's right. No, we're past when you guys see us.
That's true. We are. That was 17 or 20 seconds ago in Tom from the 20 seconds ago.
So I don't know how long this will be. This will go till we're bored or tired or want to go to bed or both.
I'm tired.
Oh, well, see you later.
All right.
This is the Essen Spiel, and really, as we've been saying, this is ridiculous. First, I want to give major props to Eric Martin at Board Game Geek for making a gigantic list of games for us all to look at.
Yeah, that is a serious resource. Go check that list out, because it is a massive but useful tool.
Yeah, and so I made my own list here that was derived from that list, where I'm looking at the game, the publisher, and then the booth. The booths, because having been there once before, there's just a lot of booths at the fair. I'm wearing my Santa hat because it's Christmas, man. 600 games.
Yeah,
and we're gonna buy them all.
Yeah, I'm not.
And then we're gonna make Zee play them all.
I need the set elf hat now.
All right. So while we're waiting for a question, which we haven't got any yet. While we're waiting for a question, we will just start going over some games that we're interested in. We'll just bounce back and forth. So
let's do it.
All right, give me a game. Give me a good game.
How about we start with some big ones?
All right.
How about La Isla?
La Isla. What's that? That's a.
No. La Isla is the.
It's a
Stefan Feld game. The Alea game coming out.
That's one of 2 he has coming out at the fair, I believe. The other one
He's also got Bruges, the expansion to Bruges coming out.
Oh, yeah. But what, Aquasphere?
Aquasphere, La Isla, and Bruges expansion.
Okay, so we are going to be talking about Stefan Feld now. Okay, fine. So so you, of all those things, La Isla is the one you're most interested in?
No, I think I'm more interested in the Bruges expansion because that's a known good game. I know I like it. I know it's cool. I want to check that out. But La Isla looks like a really neat, simple little card game, which is good. I think I prefer Stefan Feld when he's doing something mid to light. You know, Trajan looks interesting, but that looks like a lot of game. I do want to play it. I haven't played it. Looks like a lot of game, though. But I like when he did Roma. I like that stuff. I like his lighter games. La Isla looks cool. Okay,
well, one of our people here just gave us a heads up that there's a Magic the Gathering strategy board game announced. October 16th. That's next week.
Okay.
At Essen. That's all we know. but it looks like it's official here. They just announced it at gatheringmagic.com.
That's amazing.
And gatheringmagic.com, we know they're a great site because they also work with cool stuff.
Yep.
But who's designed it? What's the game about? Nothing else. That's really interesting. But they announced it at the Pro Tour. So That's automatically my top 10 games now. Come on.
Wow. I don't know. I need more.
Aren't you at least a little interested in it?
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm not interested necessarily. I need a little more information than this. I need more. I don't know. I'm worried.
All right. One person wants to know, will the Kemet expansion be released at Essen? That I don't know. The last I knew, it's not going to be there.
As far as I know,
as far as Eric said, and that's sad for me, but it's not like it will come out eventually. So I would guess you'll see it more like a Christmas release. There's always games come out kind of in waves. There's the beginning of the year, lowest time for new games to come out. There's a fair, the New York Toy Fair, and the Nuremberg Fair in Germany. Those are the big releases, and then there's the GAMA trade show where they announce a bunch of games, but not a lot of stuff comes out there. Then we have the first wave hits at Origins, and then Gen Con, and then Essen, and Christmas. Those are the 4 seasons of the year. No, they are. Origins, Gen Con, Essen, Christmas!
5 golden games. Somebody was asking about Dragon Run. Dragon Run, if I'm not mistaken, is a little game coming out from Blue Orange Games, which is a co-designed by, I forget whom, I'm sorry, and Bruno Catala.
You're so smart.
And as far as I know, the only thing I know about it looks cool, but the only other thing I know about it is that it's only in French, which is, and they give you...
Wait, what's the game?
Dragon Run.
Dragon Run, not Dragon Rage.
They give you a printout which explains the cards. I don't like that, but that's the only thing I know about it is that it's a little game.
Yeah, but maybe you don't need. All you need is a translation.
I know, but I've tried it before, and it's so down having to constantly reference what this means in English. Oh,
are you saying the cards have text on them?
It's in French, and they don't have an English version yet.
They probably will, though. Blue Orange is bringing over a lot of stuff.
They probably will. But it looks cool. It's in that same... what is the other game that you just told me you played?
The Steer one?
Yeah.
Longhorn.
Longhorn. It's in the same type of box that Longhorn was in. Same idea. That's a neat game, so... Looks good.
Someone asked us about Cat Tower.
I don't know what that is.
I hate cats. But it has the word tower in it too.
Oh,
no, it's a self-published one. This is like one of the first one that's on the Board Game Geek list. So when you go there, that's the first game you see.
Yeah.
It's action, dexterity, animals, children's. No, it doesn't look like it's. You roll dice and act according to the image shown on the die results.
It sounds silly. It sounds very. No.
Sorry, sir. All right,
somebody said, how many Uwe Rosenberg games got at Essen this year? As far as I know, the Fields of Earl or Arley.
Fields of Earl. I think just 2, maybe.
What else is coming out?
I don't know, but I'm afraid to say just 1.
I can't think of any others. Oh, Patchwork? Technically?
Okay.
That's his, right?
I don't know.
I think Patchwork is his also.
We're experts.
Okay, what else we got? Express. Are we excited for Colt Express? Yeah, that was actually you could play a demo of that at Gen Con.
That's one of my top 10.
I did not.
That I'm excited about. I like it because it has this simultaneous, not a selection, basically a programmable movement, and you're running up and down this 3D train, and you're robbing people, which I guess is not a good thing to do. But there's a sheriff who can catch you, hooray! But you don't want him to. But you want him to catch other people. And so C can run up and steal a purse from somebody, and then I can go over and punch C and take the purse from him if I'm in the right place at the right time.
Okay.
So it looks really entertaining. I was really pumped about it. It just looks good. You got to admit that.
It's eye-catching for sure. I like the theme. It looks neat. I did not play a demo of it while it was available there at Gen Con, but it looks cool. It looks cool set up. I think that 3D, the 3D-ness of it will attract people. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What else have we got here?
Wow, we got a lot of questions. No, I've not played Rune Wars yet, but by all that's holy, we will play it. It's gonna happen. I'm trying.
Do you have any priority must-try games to play above all others?
To play, I'm more interested to pick them up than to play them. But if I have something that I'm really interested at playing, I really want to play Alchemist from CGE. I'm really pumped about that one where you use it randomizes this deduction game and different ingredients will make different things and you use your smartphone. You put it over the cards and bloop, it tells you what they do.
Right.
That one I'm pumped about.
I got a bunch, honestly. A lot of them I want to go see and see if they're good and get them. But the first one I'll say is Doodle City. Looks cool, kind of indie, original, different. Doodle City.
All right.
Draw on the board. Any info on the next Crossroads games for like Dead of Winter? No.
Well, the next one's going to be a space one. I know that. But the date of it, next year, that's about it.
Yeah. Tom's, you had Castles of Mad King Ludwig in your top 100. Can you talk a bit more about what you liked about it?
Yeah, well, I did a review on it, so if you want to see my full thoughts, you can go there.
Good.
I like the actual building of the castle. That's pretty cool. And I also like the I split, you choose. What's with your arbitrary 10 seconds here anyway? Where you put the different amounts of money on the different rooms, how much they cost. And so I might put
set the price, right?
that Z wants and make it expensive because he pays me for whatever room he buys. But he may specifically then not buy it, so then he may end up buying a room I want.
You also buy last. When you're the one who sets the prices, you buy last.
Right, and I like that. That's why I call it the I divide, you pick.
Yeah,
because that's essentially what it is.
It was an interesting game. In my opinion, it was okay, but it gave me a lot of analysis paralysis, setting those prices and making sure that what I'm going to want is still going to be available. It was hard to play that game. Any big Essentials announcements planned for Essen?
Not really. We've already announced City of Gears. That's being worked on. The final. It's almost done in development now. Then it's going to production stage. So hopefully you'll see that beginning of next year or so. And you like that one too, right? The City of Gears?
Yes, a lot. Very cool.
So it's not very often we agree on games like that, Euro games. So that's why I was pretty excited. There are two other games that I really want to talk about, but they're nothing set in stone yet. Still working on that.
Okay.
So,
what else we got? We're here.
Sheriff of Nottingham. It's going to be on tabletop. Will that game be as fun as playing with Z? Probably not.
Call me Will.
That'd be great. You know what? If they ask me on tabletop, I'll put Z on instead. How's that?
Cool.
That's an easy promise to make. Like,
yeah.
If they give me $1 million too, Z, I'll give you half.
If I ever win the lottery, Tom, it's all my friend. Are there any? How about an Alien board game?
There is an Alien board game. It's called Legendary Encounters. That's an Alien board game.
Yeah, it's a card game technically, but yeah. Are there any co-op games being released that look promising? Yeah.
I will say, though...
Pandemic the Cure is kind of like the obvious one.
Before you jump into this, there's not as many cooperative games this year as I've seen in previous years.
Yeah, it's a good
Maybe the co-op thing is dying down a bit.
You're not wrong. There's not like, oh, look, 15 co-ops.
Well, actually, what else is there besides Pandemic?
Well, there's the Convicted, which is an indie game. Co-op looks cool.
That's one you're really pumped about.
Yeah, that looks neat. Onirim is getting a reprint. I'm always talking about that little card game from Z-Man.
No one plays it except you.
That's true. What else? Man, I don't know. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, Pandemic the Cure is the big one, and there's probably a couple that we're missing. But yeah,
there's no, except for that Convicted, there might not be good. There's no big co-op game. A Robinson Crusoe kind of game. I'm not seeing it anyway.
Eli says, we'll be doing a review of the published version of Zaya, and the answer to that is yes, we will. Haven't got it yet, but we will be doing a review of that.
All right, what do we got here?
Then
thoughts on Power Grid Deluxe? It looks awesome. That's my thought.
Yeah, it really does look good.
Yeah, it looks really good. Very bright color scheme.
Oh, that's a good question about Essen. Will we be releasing video while there? No, because you're finding that tweeting pictures from Essen is going to be extremely expensive.
Now we'll be
setting video out would be even worse, I think.
We'll be releasing videos while we're at Essen, but not from Essen. I want to make sure that people don't think that that's like a dead week. There will be things going up on the channel.
Oh yeah. There's that.
But we are not doing anything from Essen. We are not recording there. We are not putting something up.
Yeah, I already have everything done for that. Yeah. Next week. on the Dice Tower. We have some reviews from the different reviewers from Dice Tower. None from me, but I'll be doing 2 more of my top 100 of all time, and Dan will be doing 2 more. And then Z, me, and Sam went through the People's Choice, so you'll see the entire People's Choice next week. 5 videos.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So that's that should tide
and
you
those
over.
are like
There's
20 to 30 minute videos each, so that should give you something to do.
Cool. All right, well, you guys be doing a review of the published version of Zaya?
Yeah, yes, that's in the mail, so we should get that soon.
Okay. Do you still think 2014 is going to have the huge smash hit game? Think Dominion Ticket to Ride, that kind of game?
Not on this list. I'm going to call that now. If there was a huge smash hit from 2014, it's already happened, and I'm calling it Dice Masters is it. And Dice Masters would be it even more. But the main problem with Dice Masters was they didn't get it out in production enough.
Right.
There wasn't enough. They didn't expect it to be as big as it was, and so there's not enough out there.
I don't see anything on this list that makes me think.
Unless, of course, you never know. There might be that one game everyone's like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Nothing on that level, in my opinion. Okay. Will they have a better insert for the new Alea game? I have no idea.
I don't even know what that means. All right.
Do you have any non-popular games on your interest lists? Yes, most of
Okay.
them.
Well, let me give you one for me.
I'll tell you all my crazy stuff.
One is Bala Bala, which is a game where you're bouncing balls inside this box with holes in it. Yeah, Z mocks me, but I think that sounds fun. Another one that I have on my list, let's see, that is a non-one. Maybe Dungeon Bazaar from Cranio Creations. Do Cranio Creations count as a hidden gem? They're kind of a bigger company.
Yeah, they're kind of a little better, but maybe. Okay, I'll say some here. I got there's a game coming out from Blue Orange Game called Wakanda, which is an abstract game which you're building totem poles. That looks cool. Game for 2. Doodle City I mentioned. There's a game from a Russian company, Hobby World, I think, called Spyfall, which sounds really cool. It's a party game.
I'm
It's
really
a party
pumped
game
about
in
this.
which everybody gets a card that says the location, like a casino, or you're in a bunker, whatever. And everybody gets that card. They all know where you are, except the one guy who gets a card that just says you're the spy. You don't know where you are. And then people ask questions, and you try to deduce who the guy that has the spy card is. And so as the spy, you have to listen and try to bluff your way.
So Z might ask me and say, so
why are you wearing those shoes?
Why are you wearing that? And I'm like, well, they're comfortable because I'll be standing a bit.
Right. It sounds like a really interesting party game.
Am I standing?
I'm looking forward to that one. So, that's my really indie one. How about a Magic board game? Yeah, we talked about that. What do you guys think about Hyperborea? Better than Kemet? Well,
it would have to be amazing to be better than Kemet.
Played it. You haven't played it.
No, but we took it to one of our game days, and guys in our game group played it, and they all put it back in the box in disgust.
Yeah.
Except for the very strong Euro gamers seem to like it, which means it's not anything like Kemet.
I've said it before, but I think there's a disconnect between that cover being very Amerithrash looking and like a very thematic game, and it's supposed to be pretty Euro-y, the mechanism. So
why is everybody asking about? We know nothing about the Magic the Gathering board game other than the fact that it was just announced, and they announced the name. I know nothing else. To make any other conjecture would be crazy. We don't know.
All right.
Would
you mind when random people at the convention say hello to you? No, of course not. No. Come up and say hi.
Yeah. Now, I mean, don't do hi drive-bys. Like, hey, what's up? And then run. Tell us who you are. Say hello to us.
I don't mind if people just say hi. Hey, Z, how you doing?
If you don't buy Z lunch, he's not going to eat. So you need to come up and say hi and then take him out to lunch.
We don't know about Magic. Have you played the Descent Forgotten Souls co-op expansion?
No, I saw that, and I don't know what it is. I'm just not that interested in it. I mean, I like being the Dungeon Master in Descent. I don't want to give that up. It's just this that comes with Descent. Oh, Jonathan! Room 25 Season 2.
Right.
Do you like Room 25?
I never played the first one.
What?
It didn't look that interesting.
It's fun. Have you ever seen the movie Cube?
Yes.
It's like that.
I know. That's what you always say. It still doesn't sound that interesting.
Oh, but I enjoy it as long as you play with the trader. Because there's one person who should be a trader. So, yes, I'm very pumped about the expansion for that.
Okay. Any big reprints, remakes, reimaginings, or rethemings coming out? Probably.
I don't know that I've seen anything on here, reimaginings or well, I mean, Power Grid. They're making a deluxe version of Power Grid.
That's it.
So that's the one that I know about. Pandemic The Cure is a dice version of Pandemic.
I guess you could argue that Seven Wonders Babel is gonna tweak that game.
Oh, Stronghold Games has Medina coming out.
Okay.
He redid Medina. Other than that, not sure.
Okay, what else is the My Little Pony CCG #1 or #2 on your top 100? Cool.
Watch and find out. Come on, ask us good question, guys. What kind of questions are these?
We did that. If Fantasy Flight called you tomorrow, what?
Would you trade your plane ticket for XCOM and Imperial Assault?
No.
No, because I know how much my ticket cost, and I know how much those games cost. You know. Here, listen, guys. I'll tell you what, and realistically, it's good for a reviewer to get games early because it's we get the reviews up in time before the game comes out. Everyone sees it, and that's exciting and all well and all good.
Yeah.
As a game player, I don't know that it's that big of a deal to get your games before everybody else, other than as a bragging point.
Which makes you a horrible person.
No, I'm not saying it makes you a horrible
popular
person.
Popular. You want to be popular.
I didn't know. Were you in that one too?
Yeah.
And why was I on a different key there? That was really bad.
It's okay. Let's keep going with this.
My daughter loves that. Okay. Anyhow.
TI4 in 2015. You calling it? Somebody please keep track of all our goofy predictions, because we're so bad at remembering what we said. Just the other day I said some crazy prediction and I'm like, I'm gonna forget.
Oh, you did. And I was watching the video and I said, should we write this down? And you said no. Anyhow, but no, I mean, the Imperial Assault's going to come out at the beginning of next year. I'll play it then. Right now, I'm more concerned about what's coming out of Essen.
Any good games about trading in the Mediterranean? Probably at least one. For people, says any good games about trading in the Mediterranean? There's probably at least one.
No,
for people who like.
But I played it. I played a game that was a good game about trading in the Mediterranean, and I said we don't. There's now one out there, but I forget what the game was. Oh yeah, Concordia. Last Essen.
Are you excited about Clash of Cultures Civilization?
We're kind of behind on our Clash of Cultures. We played it that one time. You aren't a big Civ guy anyway, so you weren't that impressed by it.
No.
I played it more than that, and Sam too, and it's good, but she makes it better. Maybe I'll give it a whirl.
Somebody said don't ever sing again. I don't know if they're talking to me or to you. But
I'll accept that it's me. But guess what? We are going to sing right now. No,
no, we're not. We're not.
You never
Am I going to Dice Tower Con 2015? 99% likely that I'll be there.
If you're watching this and you're debating about going to Dice Tower Convention, you probably should stop this video and do it. I think there's like 80 tickets left. Okay? They're going to sell out this week, which is really sad, actually. I wish we could have more people there. But really, get your tickets now.
Yeah, jump on that. Okay, Onirim reprint coming out at Essen. Yes, it's coming out at Essen.
So tell people who might not have watched this, what's so great about Onirim? Because I still don't get it.
I don't know. It's a really good, simple card game. You can play with just about anyone. It has the same appeal that people who like Solitaire get from playing Solitaire, but you can play with someone else. It plays one or two, and it has that. It forces you to deal with little issues thrown into your machine. You're just trying basically to arrange cards and open these, doors in this dream world. The theme's bizarre. But the game is a neat little card game that plays in like 20 minutes. Sometimes I'll play 3 times in a row because it's like a great little time killer. You shuffle up, you play a card, draw a card, play a card. You sometimes clutch up and you can't win because the game's not that easy. It's actually a good co-op. It forces you to fight. I like it. Okay, what do you think about themes like Lords and Ladies, 11 Seas, and Belle of the Ball? Dumb, unnecessary, or necessary? What are your thoughts on those games?
I don't think that a theme is ever necessary. Now, I've played all three of those. You've played 11 Seas and Belle of the Ball.
I play 11 Seas and Belle of the Ball, yes.
You know, it's kind of interesting. I just reviewed 11 Seas. In fact, that review is going up either tomorrow or Sunday. The way, and Belle of the Ball, both of those reviews are going up. I'll probably put them up back to back just because now. Okay. But 11 Seas and Belle of the Ball, it's really kind of interesting because one, the 11 Seas takes the theme very seriously. It's like, we are having tea. Belle of the Ball takes it more silly. They're like, here comes Lord Muggle Buggle Buggle.
Right, the names are goofy.
It's all silliness, and the silliness doesn't bother me at all. The one where it takes it seriously, I don't mind it, but I just don't know who the audience is. Is there a bunch of people who like tea time?
I think you might be reading too much into how serious that game takes itself. I mean, it's not. There's no like goofy puns on the cards, but the artwork is cute and silly, and the game.
It's not cute and silly. It's very serious looking artwork. It's nothing cute about it at all.
It's like some watercolors. I mean, it's nice.
Well, yes, but I mean, it's nice, but it's not cute. It doesn't give you any idea that it's a parody or anything.
No.
I agree with you. Clearly a parody.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. No, I don't think it's a parody.
But Lords and Ladies is clearly a parody.
It's an original theme. I think it's a fine theme. I think, while I agree with Tom that no theme is necessary, yeah, bring on new themes. I'm not.
I'm not saying it's an unnecessary theme. I thought that theme was a little mismatched for the game. It was kind of like, But the Belle of the Ball I thought was hilarious.
Yeah. I know. I'm on board, man. I like little games like that. I'm good. You said reprints of Blue Moon that came out a while ago. Blue Moon Legends came out a while ago. Is there any way for me to buy Dice Tower merchandise, T-shirts, etc.?
Not yet. The thing about buying Dice Tower merchandise is there's a lot of setup involved in it. We are actually going to have Dice Tower cell phone cases available at some point. We're just waiting for the website to get finished first on that. Where you can get a cell phone for the iPhone or whatever, and you pick one of different things. Like mine, I have a board game breakfast telephone. I just think that's cool. Maybe some other people want that too. So we'll do something like that. Shirts. The problem with shirts is you can have someone else make the shirts for you. Mm-hmm. You go in, pick the color, pick the size, and you have the thing, and then you get such a small amount of that. It's not worth it at all. The only thing it's worth is for people who they want to wear the shirt.
Right.
So the shirt advertises for you, and that's great. And so I'm considering that, but that's a lot of work. We could get them done much more cheaply and then sell them ourselves. Mm-hmm. But then we have the problem where we have 200 small shirts that no one wants, and.
Or whatever. At that point, you become a shirt seller, not a...
To work too. What we're trying to do at the Dice Tower is we're trying to be a content provider of videos and audio and all that stuff. And when we start selling stuff, like when we do the stuff for I have promos. That's not that big of a deal, but it could be. When we do the Kickstarter and we send out all those promos, that's a lot of work to do that, and it changes our focus. We could offer even more, but then we would be a store over a content provider.
No, that's pretty spot on. Just heard Flying Frog is coming to Essen. Did you guys try Shadows of Brimstone at Gen Con?
No, I thought I'd wait till we got here. Then I found out that you have to cut the models off the sprues and glue them together, and so...
That game looks awesome. I do want to try it at some point, but I haven't played it either. Do you know anything about Alchemists? Is it a solid implementation of technology?
I already mentioned on the show, but I'll say it again. They showed it to me. I was able to use the phone and stuff to use the tech at Gen Con, and man, it was a dream. In fact, they showed me, and I know you don't care, but they showed me the iOS version of Galaxy Trucker, and it was so good. So good.
I love Galaxy Trucker.
Don't even lie. Z says he hates it, then he's like, what are you doing over there? Nothing!
Building a ship real quick. Okay. Coup Guatemala 1954 is a rebranding of Kanban.
Kanban is an interesting game. I love the theme of it, where you're building, you're trying to streamline factory production to make cars. That's a great theme. The name is kind of cool. It's like a Japanese word. I find that entertaining and interesting, but not sure about the gameplay. Z and I are both worried that it might be a pretty heavy Euro, but it might not be. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to at least try it.
I'm going to look at it, but I probably won't try it, actually. It seems outside of what I'm ready to dig on. Somebody said our voices are angelic. Do you want to record Shut the Door in different...
Yeah, if you come up to me at Essen and you want to record Shut the Door, I will gladly record anybody saying Shut the Door, and anybody who wants to do it in a different language. That's awesome. Yeah.
Good luck getting people who actually would say Shut the Door in languages you can't understand. Yeah, you might want... I'm just saying.
Thanks for bringing that up. Now you put that idea in people's minds.
I'm just saying, make sure there's 2 people who speak the language you're recording.
Well, what's Shut the Door in Spanish? Oh, I already know that. Never mind.
You do
That's
it.
Cierra la puerta, right?
Yeah, kill it.
Well, that's because my mom often said Cierra la boca to me. So
Okay, yeah.
I learned that
Just
that
shut
phrase.
your mouth.
That's Sierra, su boca, right? All right. Anyway,
Okay, any thoughts of Illegal? I don't know what that game is.
Illegal looks interesting. Illegal. Each person has this illegal activity. Like maybe you're a drug runner. Maybe I'm in charge of porn. There's all kinds of things that like all these illegal activities, and then we go around and we're like secretly trying to trade with each other, and then at the end there's like a trial. The reviews that I've seen of it are kind of middling.
Okay.
The artwork is almost of the kind where I'm like I'm kind of not bringing that to the table.
Okay.
You know, so the concept is interesting, but that's about it.
Do you guys regularly play RPGs? If not, what kind of RPG would get you back into it? I don't think either one of us.
No, I don't even seldomly play RPGs.
I don't. Nothing. I mean, I've tried it. I would play again, but nothing. There's nothing that needs to be there to get me back. I was never in it, so nothing needs to be there to get me back into it. But I would play them. I lost my place.
Wow, we are really behind on questions.
Oh, that's maybe okay. Let's start doing this. Let's find where we're at.
Okay, so
Okay, so how can I get a copy of Right and Freitag?
I would have my copy at Essen at the used stores there. Other than that, I would look on the eBay, the German eBay.
That's cool. Yeah, there's definitely a couple of really rare games I want to get while I'm there.
Are you gonna look at the used stores while you're there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not. I don't need any more games.
Oh man, yeah, I'm there.
Dude, you have more games than I do.
I know, but I like being able to find those things you can't find here. Are there any new games that will bring new people into the hobby, or just new... What? Are there any new games that will bring new people into the hobby?
Or okay, well,
or whatever. Okay, that question, yes, I'm sure. There's lots. Pandemic, The Cure will probably do that.
Yeah, I think Pandemic, The Cure is a solid intro. I think Express might not be that difficult to get into.
Maybe Colt Express.
I think the theme would be there. You know, one game we haven't that I'm interested in is the Planes game from AEG. That one looks really interesting. They're doing the planes, the trains.
Right.
You know,
At some point.
And then they're going to make the expansion that ties them all together in a hilarious escapade across America. It's called the Pillows expansion.
Are there... Okay, Tom and Zee, what do you think about Portal reprinting Stronghold?
Are they?
Apparently, that's great.
Wow, are we like out of the loop or what?
Yeah, that one I did not know, but I know they just got the rights back to Hiroshima Hex, so I'm assuming that's what happened with this one. They got the rights back to
I forgot about Stronghold. Sam's been like asking me to play this, and I'm like, oh, I don't have it anymore.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, Stronghold's a pretty neat game. It's so unique.
Yeah.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't. It looks cool. It looks massive, and I'm scared of it.
But it's not that massive. Essentially, you're just like guarding different spots of your castle, and the one guy's coming in with different things.
But again, that's cool. I'm glad they got the game reprinted. That's sweet. Portugal, cool. You guys rock.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does the
new Dice Master have an answer for the Captain America Green Goblin pawn strategy?
I couldn't even read that sentence. That's how out of that game I am.
Yes, it definitely does. There are actually more characters who have strategies that work with sidekicks, but there's cards that just absolutely blow sidekicks away. Quicksilver himself, there's one that when you put him out, he does 1 damage to every... He knocks out every sidekick. Love that. That's great, and that kind of balances that ultimate strategy out.
Okay. What is the atmosphere at Essen when compared to Gen Con? I've never been there. Tom's been there once 5 years ago.
Well, I distinctly remember it's like the exhibition hall at Gen Con. It's this big, crazy thing that gets crowdeder and crowdeder as time goes by.
Crowdeder and crowdeder? That was awesome!
More crowded and more crowded as time goes by.
Yes.
Stop correcting me!
Give me the hat! Give me me the hat! I've now earned the hat. I've earned the hat.
All right. So, well, if you're Santa, what am I?
Santa's book. You're like Santa's bookie.
I'm your accountant.
Yeah.
So
We're barely breaking even on these toys, kids.
Okay. What were we talking about? We were talking about the atmosphere of Essen. Yeah, it's like a big fair. You know, you go around. There's all this. It's buy, or play demos. It's all about that buying and selling and demos. People go there to buy games.
Yeah.
Then at night, there's like all these little hotels everywhere that people are playing games at. But the convention is not so much about playing games. It's buying them and also saying hi to people.
But honestly, Gen Con is large. Do I think there won't be...
Actually, I would argue that Gen Con is half about that. You realize that's what it is for us, you and me.
No, I get what
but
you're saying.
But there are tons of people who go there for role-playing. That's all they do the whole time.
Yeah,
and
painting miniatures. There's people there doing lots of stuff, but... Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you afterwards. How about that?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going to try, like I said, we'll try to do a video afterwards.
Thoughts of the game about Essen Spiel. Too meta. There's two, by the way. There's two games about Essen.
I'm going to make a game about both of those games, where you have to design the best game about Essen. I don't know. I don't... Those games are a little meta. Did you ever play the board game Geek game?
No, I didn't.
That was a similar thing, and... it was an okay game. It wasn't that great. It was okay. I don't care if the game's about Essen as long as the game is good. Mm-hmm. If the game isn't that good, then then it's probably too meta. But if it makes all the people happy, then what do I care?
Yeah, it sounds like a silly sort of.
Are we like deliberately not doing some of these comments?
No. I'm good.
Trinity Gaming Group. Is that what a shout out does?
Yes, you shout it. Shout out to the Trinity Gaming Group.
Okay.
What?
Mitchell wants to know if Summer will be doing the audio for the Ultimate Werewolf expansion. Well, yes, it says that in there. In fact, I believe they broke a stretch goal for Ashley Birch, who will be doing the female. She's the voice of Tina from the Borderlands games, and she does some. She was on the board, not Bored to Death, but the
Bored with Life.
Bored with Life. Remember them? She was girlfriend who was getting annoyed at the one guy for liking games too much.
Yeah, I like that. I like those guys. They do a good show. What do you think about the current Hapon brand lineup? Will there be reviews about some of them?
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
Okay, Zee and I, this past Tuesday, we just went on like a
marathon, Japanese marathon.
Okay, so the newest Lost Legacy has the best version
of... There's two boxes.
Yeah, but the newest one, the one says 2013, so there's a newer one that says 2014. I think the one came out...
both of those little boxes were coming out this year.
Maybe, but one is newer than... Well, I'll just go get it. Hang on. Let's just say the name of it.
Okay, grab it. There's two little boxes. Each one has two games in it, right? Don't forget about that. There's two sets in it. The one that Tom's talking about, where is it?
I think it's this one.
Let me see the cover. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is it, I think. Looks like that. There you go. Of the two in here.
Yep, it's the one you're holding.
They're both interesting. They're the two sets you can play with in here, but one of the two is spectacular.
Actually, I know which one it is. It's the one with the... They have a name on it. Yeah, it's the best version of the Lost Legacy. But we also... let's just show all the little... Hang on. No, this is Vorpal Sword and Staff of Dragon. So it wasn't one of those two.
No.
Maybe I have the cards mixed up, or you mixed up the cards because...
Well, I can see which one it is.
I know that Orb of Deduction and Eternal Grail. It's Eternal Grail.
Right.
Eternal Grail. That one was... It was my favorite by far.
It's very cool, very cool. And there's a bunch of other little games from Hapon brand that are really neat stuff. So yeah, no, the question is, what I think about that lineup is also awesome. Very cool. I mean, simple, okay? This is like Quicks a little bit, but very cool game. These are cool. Well, your computer just went dark there.
Yeah, it's still working, I think. Hopefully.
These are cool. Very cool little rummy-esque kind of card game.
Yeah, wow, that was kind of a weird drafting.
This is one of my favorites. This was a game.
This one is amazing. wolf and mix it with conception. Come on, you like this one.
I do. That one's awesome. No, that's an apt
Think of this as werewolf, but one person knows who the werewolf is. Each person has clues in front of them, and they have like 4. It's hot, isn't it? Yeah. There's like 4 murder weapons and 4 clues in front of each person. So one person is the murderer, and they use 1 clue and 1 weapon. And the one person knows what the murderer has done, so he's like putting cubes on clues to help everybody else figure it out.
Right.
It's both very difficult, but yet not impossible.
No, it's cool. It's got a good vibe to it. It gets that I don't know who to trust thing going on. It works. It's awesome. That one's a cool one. Okay, where are we at? Is the Flashpoint expansion being released at Essen? I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, but what he said was he was going to have them. I think they're pre-orders you pick up at Essen. That was the last I knew about that.
When will Zee get his own show? This is my show. What?
Do you want your own show?
This is my show. No, I don't. I don't think I would want my own show. Oh, come back.
You got your own show.
Da, da, da. It's the Zee Show with Zee Garcia. Hey, everybody. To the show.
We'll call it From Z to Z.
That's a cute name.
Oh, there's a good one. Why do these guys do so much blah blah?
Wait, what's this from? Hey, bud, this Pranav Ram. Thanks for...
Wait.
So weird question. Okay, I'm not sure if Academy Games will have Thief at Essen. Hope so. But is Thief on any of your list? As far as I know, yes, they will have Thief.
And it's on my list!
And it's not on my list.
Thief France 1429 looks... It did. The whole theme and everything of it, but... Academy Games does such a good job on their stuff that I bet if I brought it and said, "Zee, try this," he would, based on the strength of previous Academy Games.
I would. I just don't think I would like it. Again, it's not talking to me. Is this my first time at Essen? Yes, it's my first time at Essen. Do you know anything about, or what do you think of the upcoming Space Cadets games, the away missions or the expansion? I have no idea about either one of those.
The away missions is a whole new thing, and the expansion. Yeah, I don't really know much about either one of those. They might be showing them off a little bit at us, and I don't know. Haven't we already shouted that group out?
Yeah, we shouted you out.
How far are we behind on questions?
Not that far. We're right there.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys think? Oh, do you guys think Istanbul is a good game, or is it all kind of spiel hype? I like Istanbul a lot.
Yeah, Istanbul is really good. I mean. Istanbul keeps using that mechanism, I think, which is hot right now. It's not Mankawa, but it's close to it. Mm-hmm. Where you're picking a guy up and dropping... Well, you don't drop someone off in every square. You only drop someone off in the final square. But it's still a cool idea. And I love the randomized board and how it changes the game.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a pretty solid game.
It's a solid game. Are the bathrooms at Essen situated similar to those at Gen Con?
Hopefully they're clean.
Mr. Vassal, situated bathrooms. I have no idea.
I don't even remember the bathrooms at Essen.
From what I understand, I don't think they have bathrooms at Essen. I don't know.
You start to panic. People are like, "Oh, I can't go now."
Zee, what rare games are you hoping to find at the second-hand?
If you tell people they're going to buy them, then they're going to come sell them to you.
I'm going to go and look and hope something strikes me. There's a lot of weird indie games rattling around up here, so I'm going to just look at the shelf and see if something jumps out at me. I know if I see something on there that I've thought about maybe years ago and knew it was hard to get, and so I dismissed it, I'll pick it up and look at it. That's sort of what I'm going for.
Have you heard anything about Dragon Scroll by Fragor Games? Dragon Scroll, Fragor Games only does about...
I love that question. Is it one to run for?
Yes.
If you want a copy, yes.
Is it worth
do
money
you want
for?
a copy? I mean, that's the
thing. We had no idea. They don't show it off really until the fair itself.
Yeah.
They're really amazing because they sell 1,000 games every year, sight unseen.
Pretty much.
And people like them because they have cool
They show you the
components.
bits. They show you the miniatures, and they look really cool. Those little dragons are really cool. I would say if you want a copy of that and don't want to regret it, yeah.
Also, those guys are really great. They're some of the most friendly guys in the world. It's fun to talk to them.
What is the top 5 games you want to look at, Essen? Not the games that you already know are must-gets, but those that you still want to look at. Man, I don't know.
All right.
I don't have a solid... It's not like an organized top 5 or anything, but I'll spout off some games here.
Assault on Doomrock from Beautiful Disaster Games.
Doodle City.
All right. Pinocchio, True or False. You actually ask Pinocchio, True or False. It's like a game where you tell a lie or not, and people have to catch you. But there's like a Pinocchio
face, and
you're
grows.
slowly growing his nose up.
Okay, I'll say another one. Seven Kingdoms, a little card game.
Let's see here. Oh, I want to see the new version of St. Petersburg from Hans and Gluck. St. Petersburg is a game that was a really big splash years ago. I don't know how well it will do in the reprint.
I will say El Gaucho, the dice from Argentum Verlag. I forget what the name of the company is, but El Gaucho.
Hospital Rush. I like the idea of hospitals. That's from Essen Spiel. That's one I'm interested in. I won't get this game, probably, because I'm a little tired of Carcassonne, maybe, but the Carcassonne Gold Rush.
Yep.
So I just want to at least see what it's like. Maybe I'll end up wanting to get it.
I'm going to say everything that Clemens Gerhard's has there. They make a bunch of abstract games.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Those look cool.
Didn't I put that on my list here somewhere, like everything?
Yeah, those look cool. So there you go. Some stuff.
Yeah, it's...
all the Japanese games from Hapon brand.
Red Glove has a bunch of cool little games, too. So, okay.
Hobby World has some cool stuff. All right, where are we at? We did that. How big is the auction flea market part at Dice Tower?
I'm assuming you're talking about the Dice Tower convention.
Yeah.
The flea market's not huge, but I promise you there's good deals there. I can guarantee that. What I do every year is I take all the keep over the course of the year, which is considerable. Last year it was fewer because I moved and I moved.
Right.
But the year before that, I think I had like 300 games there. And I didn't sell them for a ton of money. I'm just trying to get rid of them. In fact, the last one I gave a guy $1 to take it. This year, my final offer was 6 games for $1. but that's at the very end after all the good stuff has gone. But there's a lot at the flea market. The auction is not a huge auction, but man, the stuff in the auction is amazing. People donate really good stuff, and all the money goes to Jack Vassal Fund, and it raises a lot. I am so proud to be part of that auction. It's really... Were you in the auction last year?
I popped in and out.
Yeah, but I mean, just the stuff that was being offered, signed games from Fantasy Flight, the originals. It was really good.
If you
stuff.
want to look at really interesting, possibly unique stuff, check it out. Yeah. Okay. What are you guys planning post Essen live Essen Q&A, Essen recap video, just reviews of the games?
We'll definitely do a live Q&A. Well, at least I will. Probably Z will join me. I'm assuming I'll just jump in there with you, and we'll talk about what we did, saw, the spectacle of it all. And I haven't gone, and Tom's hasn't been there in a while, so we might do that one as a Google chat thing. Get Eric and Ryan in too.
Oh, that's cool.
Because we can get their opinions. Because Ryan will probably just be sitting there with tears streaming out of his eyes.
So many heroes.
It was so beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So, no, I really can't wait to see him after we're done, because I'm walking up with this gigantic stack of games.
Okay, Heroes game will ever get a second coming reprint?
Never coming.
Really?
Sorry. It's too expensive. I mean, it might come in the future, but they're holding on to the license, and it's expensive to print the plastics.
Interesting. Oh, okay, I lost my place. Where was I?
There are so many questions! Another game I'm interested in while he's looking for the question is Rice Empire of the Sand. That's Rice, R-Y-C-E.
Okay,
it's like this kind of war game type thing on Mars. I don't know, just sound it.
Let's see if we can catch up on some of these, all right? Is D&D Dice Masters going to be out this year?
Yes. Next.
Where does your relative excitement for Colt Express fall among the other titles supposed to be at Essen this year?
It's my number 3.
Z, your opinion about Dead of Winter. I've only played it once.
And?
It's okay.
But we might play a live version of it at some point.
More Tower the next time I play it.
Okay. Sam loves it.
Is there an actual Dice Tower booth at the fair?
No.
No.
If you're looking for or Stronghold, check there. We're making them our home bases.
Will you guys be doing a broadcast like this for Dice Tower Con?
Oh, for Dice Tower Convention?
Yeah, we do lots of stuff there. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, are they saying what we do one before the Dice Tower Convention?
Oh.
Maybe, but we do stuff at the convention.
Yeah, we do them there, right?
That's our convention, man. I have the whole events planned out. We'll be doing shows. We do game shows. I got some cool ideas that we're going to do that I need to run by the boss first. But
Dante versus Targi versus Lost Cities. I know my... This is a tough call, but I think I know my answer.
You know, I am saying Lost Cities because my wife likes it so much.
It's about you. Stand up for yourself. I'm going to say Asante, which is basically Jambo.
Yeah, but man, the more I play Targi, the more I like it. That's such a cool game.
Yeah, that's good. If you could have picked... if you could have picked the games for the new season of Tabletop, what would you have picked?
I would have picked Sheriff of Nottingham.
I don't know. The same stuff they picked?
No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have picked 5 Tribes.
Implications that they have to deal with that we wouldn't have to deal with. Things like, you know, turn order and how to film something. Does it look good under camera?
Yeah, but I mean, look how much work we go through before we pick a game for. I mean, I sit and think a long time about the games that we record live here because they have to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, when we did a 24-hour live thing, some games weren't interesting to watch.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm happy they did 5 Tribes, man. If any one game deserves it this year, that game is awesome.
They're not going to be able to, like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting how that one works. Okay.
Okay. Are you going to do more playing sessions of games like you did earlier this week? Or do playing sessions take away from your stated goal for the Dice Tower?
Well, they do take time, and they take energy. We've been talking about that. That's something I'd like to do more of. I'll probably make that a stretch goal for next year's Kickstarter. Something where we can do more play sessions. Rather than do a big 24-hour, we do them every once in a while. Because we do have fun doing them.
Yeah.
And I thought this last one we did was
the most
successful one.
And if people like them, you guys like them, it seems. So we'd love to do them if you guys want to see them. All right. Have you heard anything about the Kemet expansion? We don't know.
As far as I know, it's not going to be at Essen.
Any info or opinion on the FFG edition of The Last Banquet, the game for 6 through 25 players?
Here's the thing about The Last Banquet. I've had it since Gen Con.
Right.
And it says 6 to 25 players in a box, but almost every scenario needs a minimum of 10. So getting 10 people together is not the easiest thing in the world. I might try it at one of our Tuesday nights because we have a lot of people there who like Resistance and stuff.
That's true. That would be a good group for it.
I was talking to Fantasy. He said it's just hard to get the group together for that.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard any good things about the Geister, whatever?
Schatzschuster.
That's the one that won the Kinderspiel. Any chance it will be reprinted in English and sold in the States? Probably not.
I'm pumped about it. The Gamers Remorse guys just did a review of it this week, so I like the name.
Seems like a cool game. It won that award, but I don't know. Is there a new Legacy set coming out at the Tokyo Game Market next? Oh, he's telling me, not asking me. There's a new Lost Legacy set coming out at Tokyo Game Market next month with 6 or 8 sets made by different designers. That is very cool.
I guess, but how many sets of Lost Legacy do we?
I need 2. I just tried Roll Through the Edges of the Iron Age. It's coming at Essen. Have you guys tried it?
Is it coming at Essen? Huh.
I think it is.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, I played it. It's very interesting. It has a more feel to the first Roll Through the Ages, but at the same time, there's a big difference, too. There's divergent strategies that you can do. You can attack another player. It doesn't hurt that other player, but if you stay weak, you're kind of helping other players do better than you.
We have to catch up.
We're never going to catch up.
Catch up, man. Will there be any news about Pandemic Legacy? I don't think so.
No, that's a nose. They're still working on it.
It's too early. Still too early. Do you think Castles of Mad King Ludwig would work with 2 or 3 players?
I know it would, because I played it with 2 or 3 players.
You played it more than I have, so...
Yes.
When was the last time you went beardless, Z? A few years ago?
Really?
Yeah.
Do it for charity.
I'll do it as a stretch goal. Oh, I said it, now I have to... What? I don't know. It's been like 4 or 5 years. Any info on the Convicted? Not a whole lot. Just what's on the master list compiled by Eric Martin, like we mentioned before. co-op 1 through 4 players, about 90 minutes. Seems interesting. The theme is about like convicted people attempting to gain their redemption. Sounds cool. Okay, what else? Nothing.
What's your biggest Holy Grail game? That's a good one.
Find most wanted.
I don't know that I have one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have one specific game that I feel that way about.
I mean, I'm really happy with my collection. I mean, I can't think of anything. You know, like I used to say maybe War of the Ring, the deluxe version, but I don't have room to keep that giant box. And I wouldn't play the game enough for it to be worth it. I don't know if there's any game that I'm like, oh man, I wish I had that game. I'm pretty happy with my collection.
Small World Deluxe Designer Edition. Any news on this?
No, last I saw was the models. They're working on it. I heard we're getting it near the end of the year. I'm just, whenever it shows up, it shows up.
Have you heard anything about the game Altaria Clash of Dimensions? Well, with a name like Altaria Clash of Dimensions, how can it possibly fall through the cracks?
I do like Clash of Dimensions. Oh, it's on my list. I don't know much more about it. I have it ranked a 7, which means I thought it was pretty cool. So, that's all I know.
When Dice Masters released for DC,
what's the ultimate crossover? Hulk vs. Superman, Batman vs. Captain America, Batman vs. Spider-Man. Someone asked about the black box for AEG. We don't know about it, but Z and I were looking at the L5R box from
Is that out?
AEG.
Is that available?
Well, no, you can only get the L5R box at conventions.
Okay.
But we were looking at it because I got a copy of it, and it has in it Seventh Hero, I believe one of the Lost Legacy games, and something else, but they're all themed L5R.
Right.
The black, I'm betting, I don't know, but there's 4 games in it. They say it's a $110 value. So you figure they have a $40 game in there, a $20 game in there, or something like that.
Right.
So they're probably doing the same thing, theming some games differently.
That's what I'm thinking.
All I know is that I'm certainly intrigued by the idea.
Wait. Isn't one of the games supposed to be a brand new game, though?
That's true.
There's one a new game.
But I bet you it's a small card game. It's a new one. Okay, not the big one.
That'd be cool.
We're just totally guessing.
Any thoughts on the new Spartacus expansion?
I like Spartacus. Okay, didn't think it was the greatest thing in the world, so I don't have it anymore, so I didn't bother checking out the expansion.
Somebody's asking about those 2 games from the Austrian Game Museum, Baker Speed and I think it's Paititi, something like that. Yeah, I don't know anything about them, but they are on my radar. Like they looked cool. They look well made. It's basically a game that you got for a donation to the museum, and I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So I'll be looking for those. I don't really know a whole lot about them because there's not that much information about them out there, but I want to go see them. Any thoughts on that? We did that.
Calvin says, are you interested in the game Dark Horse? Well, since my face is on the side of the box, I would guess.
Yeah, this has been around.
It's been around for a while. It's better than Kingsburg. I with all due deference to Rado, he's so dead wrong there, I can't even fathom to tell you why. Kingsburg's great. Dark Horse is fine, but wow, it's not Kingsburg.
Have you heard about Magic the Gathering, the strategy board game? Welcome. We've been talking about it. Yeah. Coming out next week.
I heard that it's being designed by Cosmic Encounter, Stefan Feld, and Richard Launius.
But the expansion is by Uwe Rosenberg exclusively, though. Did you know that?
Sorry.
We're kidding.
It's a joint production between Wizards of the Coast, Lookout Games, and Asmodee. Design work, and the artistry is half of it is done by Michael Mendez, and the other half is done by who's the designer? Who's the artist with one word name? Did a lot
Piero?
of Piero? Yeah, Piero and Piero. The game is going to take it's between 5 and 2.
Wasting so much time.
Okay, sorry.
5 and 2 years. What?
5 minutes and 2 years. It's between
it's a good guess,
2 and 80 players. Okay.
Could be for 1. Might be for 1.
It's Friday night. Show you guys be playing games. I almost never play games on Friday night.
We were recording also other stuff.
Yeah, but do you normally play games Friday night? I don't normally. Do you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you for the people who are saying I was funny playing Sheriff of Nottingham. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. What else we got? Around the house.
What hours will we be around Stronghold and Portal Thursday? I can't really tell you. I honestly can't tell you anything.
Yeah.
If you want to meet us for sure, then you want to go to Fitzpatrick Irish Pub at 8. Was it 8:30? 8:30 at night, and we will try to stop by there.
Though?
That's Thursday.
All right.
So Thursday, if you want to find us for sure. Other than that, look for the giant guy wearing some kind of hat. I don't know. I'll be wearing a hat.
Have you played Roll for the Galaxy? Thoughts if you have?
No, I wish though. It sounds fun.
What do you think about Journey, Wrath of Demons? What is the deal with these names?
They all sound like
Really?
They all sound like B movies, right?
This is like making up a title for a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. You know, it's like Journey. What's the name of the other one? Altaria. I could easily say Altaria, Wrath of Demons, or Journey, Around the Posy, or what is going on here? Any news on Rattlebones?
No, it was supposed to be out by now.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a constructible dice game where you actually put stuff on the sides of the dice. It's by Stephen Glenn, being produced by Rio Grande.
Okay. Tom, has anyone in your family requested you pick up certain games at Essen for them?
Okay. Okay. No one in my no one in my family has asked me, but there may be someone in our gaming group who gave Z and me a list of 145 games.
Yes, and then, upon our concern, decided to send us a truncated list, the short list, as they put it.
That was out of like 50.
Which is still about 50 games. But you know, hey, I can totally fit that in my back pocket.
All right.
Any news on the Mission Rep plan at Reprint? No.
You know, I didn't ask them about that. We had a chance to ask both of them at Gen Con, and I forgot. But if we run into them at Essen, I'll try to ask Bruno Feduti and Bruno Cataldo about that. Because I'm really curious.
I'm excited for that one, man. That game needs to come out again. It says, are you hoping to do more playing sessions next year? You might consider
playing each other's
favorite games.
Well, but no, we're not playing Twilight Imperium live. Can you imagine? That would be so grueling.
You want to watch me slowly die? Is the Exodus Proxima Centauri expansion going to be at Essen?
I don't think so. I didn't see it on the list of stuff that NSKN has. Their big games being pushed are the Versailles and another one.
Now that Yomi is getting an expansion with 2 versus 2, do you think it will eclipse BattleCon with its 50-plus characters? I
have no clue on that one. I'm going to just say let's wait and see. I like to see how it works. I don't really care about the 2-on-2 thing. I'd rather just play one character versus one character. That's how I think the game... Oh. Now, 10 new characters, I'm cool with that.
WizKids are producing a 4th Dungeons & Dragons board game with miniatures. Will this be shown at Essen? I hadn't even heard about it. Have you heard about it?
WizKids got the license for Dungeons & Dragons board games. So, apparently they'll be making a sequel to the Wrath of Charlatan stuff.
Right.
Or not. I don't know, but I wouldn't imagine that they wouldn't. They got all the miniatures and everything. I hope it's good.
Okay. Where am I? Okay. Yes. Any word on the component quality of the Fire and Axe reprint?
Isn't Asmodee doing it? No, right. No. Pandasaurus has it, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate because Asmodee is so high production quality. Pandasaurus
I don't know,
is not...
but it's going to be tough to match the first one because it is amazing.
Yeah.
How much influence you guys have in getting your favorite games reprinted that are out of print?
Watch. I wish that... let's see. Pick a game that's out of print. Oh, Brighton, okay. I want it reprinted. It just happened.
Woo! Tom Vassell has said so.
No. we don't really have that much influence that I know of. I mean, other than me working with the Arcane Wonders and Dice Tower Essentials, if I think a game should be reprinted, I will hunt it down. There was one game in particular that I thought this game must be reprinted, and I was going to get it reprinted, but it's being reprinted by another company.
Okay. Where are we? Z, you have a reputation for as an obscure gamer. Where do you hear about games mostly?
That's true. Where do you get your information?
Online. You know, I mean, I've been in games for a long time, and I've been into obscure games for a long time, so there's a lot of sort of it's more like a bag catalog of knowing obscure stuff. And there's a few people in other game groups I have that are really into obscure games also, so I get to see and play some games that I wouldn't have access to with Tom or anybody else through those guys. So that's largely a part of it.
We got a couple questions about Five Tribes, but I ask you to wait because tomorrow our Five Tribes Miami Dice review is going to go up.
Okay.
And that's Z, me, and Sam. So you'll see all three of our opinions on that game.
Okay, cool. Let's do that then. Just check that out.
Oh, yeah. I already answered that one. Deduction games, what I think of Cryptos. Cryptos sounds great. That's on my top 20 list.
That's a deduction game?
Yeah, it's this thing where you have this number combination and how you play cards and stuff. People figure it out.
What's going on my list?
It's Cryptos, Kryptos. It's from a Polish company, Truffle Krakow. Here, you better just write it down. Okay?
No, I'm good. Cryptos, I got it. I'll check it out later. Okay. We talked about Shadows over Brimstone already. We haven't gotten to play it yet. Wait.
Oh, Z, you seem wholly contemptuous of this format.
No, what?
Get off. Get off that, you jerk.
I'm good, guys.
Why are you here?
I'm having a great time. No, I'm good. Palooza Gym?
That's Palooka.
Oh, my bad. Does the Merchants and Marauders expansion interest you at all? I'm going to leave this one to Tom because I haven't played the game and I've always heard it's kind of like a big pirate game. It sounds like not my thing.
Merchants and Marauders, I liked it, but the downtime is horrendous. So, I mean, unless the expansion fixes that downtime, I don't know. I don't have it anymore either. I always find it kind of weird when an expansion's released way after the original game was. How many people still have the original game?
Of what?
Like when they release an expansion way after. I mean, Merchants and Marauders came out almost 4 years ago.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but again, it's an expansion which is never going to sell as much as the original game anyway, and that's the people they're selling it for. So somebody's asking me how many times have I played TI3? 0. We talked about that. What board game would you like to see made into a movie?
I don't know. Kemet? All those monsters with Egyptian armies running around. That'd be cool.
That's a good one. I don't know. I would have to look at it. Dixit. Weirdest film ever.
You wouldn't be able to watch the Dixit movie come out okay list for sure.
How about Libertalia?
A
pirate movie about intrigue. Would be a really cool movie. Where them being pirates is just one aspect of it. Right there. Are you excited about the Terra Mystica expansion? Yeah. No.
But I'm sure the people who like Terra Mystica are.
How come Sam and Z didn't get to comment on Tom's top 100? That's right. That's garbage.
You did comment on my top 100.
You did?
Last year.
That's garbage.
And last year, during the top 100, people were like, why are they being so mean to Tom? And I said, next year, I'll have revenge on their top 100 list. But the real answer is, I like to do things differently. You know, some people don't want to like the whole back and forth banter. Some people don't. So we're just doing it differently. Last year we did the banter. You guys gave me garbage last year.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It says, my wife and I will attend our first board game con ever, Dice Tower Con 2015. As newbies, any advice for us on attending Dice Tower Con?
First of all, you should buy your tickets now. How many are left?
Yeah, if you haven't bought it yet, you do that first. Because they are flying out.
Oh, there's only 71 left.
There's 71.
Yeah.
So get them first. Any other advice? What do you think, Tom?
Really, just come to play games. There's not a lot of events. there's like a geek list. If you're shy, someone makes a geek list of like these are scheduled games and like people. It's not official, but like people schedule a game, so you can sign up to go play that game. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, just show up and play. They have these teacher want it signs, so you can put a teacher want it up, and someone might come by and teach you the game. And if you're like, if that doesn't work, and it doesn't always work,
right?
You can always just walk around and look for players want it signs. Those things are everywhere usually.
Yeah. It's really laid back. Just show up, try to be loose and jump into game. It's so. I love the feeling of that convention because of that. Show up and hang out and play games.
Would you recommend the expansions for Radis?
Yes, I like the game a lot, and the expansions are cool.
The main thing I like about the expansions is I like the different characters' choices, and I really like the one with the camel on the front.
Africanus, I think it is.
Yeah. I really like that. Kind of added a thing into the.
Yeah, it added a map. It added an extra map. Added cool new ideas into it. Just dropping in to share some gratitude. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tell us the fact about Sam and want us to know.
Sam is nicer in games than you would think. He doesn't go out of his way to attack people. You know what? He's actually kind of a negotiator more than he is. Now, if you attack him, the gates will open up.
Okay, that's a good observation.
Jason is super generous when you get to know him.
Why wouldn't he want you to know that, though?
Yeah, maybe he wouldn't. Well, I don't want to tell stuff about people that I don't want people to know.
Jason's a jerk. No. No, these guys are great. I mean, Tom's completely right. They're both very generous and very friendly and great
I'm
gamers.
not going to do this, but if I called Jason right now and said, hey, do you want to come down and be on the show with us and play a game? He would be here in 40 minutes.
Yeah. Cool.
Why would Ticket to Ride make a good movie? Star Trek Catan, the movie.
That'd be a weird movie.
We're not doing any live shows at Essen. We are simply just going to be walking around. I'll record, if you come up to me and say shut the door, I'll record that. I'll do some video maybe of Essen, although video at Essen isn't my main thing. I'm more interested in tweeting pictures of Essen out for people who aren't there. I'm going to try to take lots of pictures of games and tweet them out immediately. Hopefully get my phone to work properly and do that.
This one's saying, Z, did you try Camel Up?
Did you?
I have played Camel Up about 5 times now. The first time I played it, I hated it. I was baffled the first time I played it. I thought, how could this possibly win Game of the Year award? There's no game here. This is so random that nothing's happening. But I gave it a chance. I played it largely because I heard that Dan King played it again. He played it with me the first time. He didn't like it either. But, so I asked him, hey, so what happened with this game? Have you played it again? He said, yeah, I played it a few more times, and it does get better. And he wasn't wrong. It did get better. I must have just gone into it with a weird perception or something, because I played it with family, and it works in that setting.
Yeah, you totally ruined it for me. I'm like, Z doesn't like it. I'm not going to even try it now.
No, it's neat. I have a copy if you want to.
Hermie says he likes my board game segment, but by the time I'm done, I'll have new shelves. That's the idea. Let's stretch that segment out as long as we can. We have not tried Sentinel's Tactics yet. It's on the list.
Cosmic Encounter film. Oh, yeah. That would be awesome.
Oh, is there anything you look forward to in Essen/Germany besides all the games? The food. I love the food. I grew up in Pennsylvania, so Pennsylvania Dutch food is like identical to German food.
Really?
Yeah. I love potatoes. I love pretzels. I love sandwiches. Man, last time I went to Germany, that's the one thing that stuck in my head. It's like I went to Essen and I ate food. But of course, I do that at all conventions. I get excited about.
I don't know. I haven't been there, so I don't know anything else.
Like I'm thinking about GTS. I'm like, oh, it's coming up soon. I get to eat at the buffets in Las Vegas.
What else we got? Okay, have I or Sam played Arcadia Quest?
I don't think Palooka Jim likes us. How does my wife feel about you leaving her with all your kids? Well, she hates them and beats them daily while I'm gone. She likes the kids. Actually, I was just talking to her about this today. Because I'm home all the time. I'm home all the time. She doesn't mind that I leave on trips. And then I could come back. So it works well. And my kids, we've trained them to not be terroristic children. So
I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention Mage Knight on this channel. Is that because it's considered a beginner's game? Mage Knight, a beginner's game?
Okay, if you're talking about Mage Knight, the board game, that's one of the heaviest Amerithrash style games there is. If you're talking about Mage Miniatures game, even that's not that light.
So this is an interesting question. Somebody's asking, Ryan, are games trending towards overproduction? Can overproduction be harmful? You know, like Caverna being so expensive, or Abyss seemingly, you know, like coming across like a more epic game than it actually is. It's an interesting question. I have yet. I mean, yeah, games that get more. It makes the game more expensive. That's a negative. I get that. I also really like games that are beautiful, and I think it helps that game get played. It helps it come off the shelf and hit the table more. I'm gonna have a thing that I don't like when a game is beautifully produced.
Listen, if you have two, let's say a game costs $60, but it's beautiful, and then you buy a game that's not nearly as beautiful for $30 and you buy two of them,
Yeah.
I almost rather have the nicely produced one, because the cool thing is that a lot of these nicely produced games have great mechanisms to back them up, like Abyss. Yeah, Abyss is beautifully produced, but I think there's a good solid game in there behind that. Would I have liked the game as much if it had just been some cardboard tiles and boring? Probably not, but I still think that's cool. I'd rather have these good-looking games on my shelves. I like to bring out a game when I bring it out. People, I just get the feeling like, yeah, as you bring out these games.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. I want a game that's beautiful. I want to hold nice cards. Playing a game is not only a mental activity, but it's a sensory experience, you know, and part of that is the beauty of cards, the sound of dice, the feel of good chips, you know. I mean, it's all of it. So I'm not going to complain about overproduced games. So when is Z and Arcane Wonders going to start developing Light Shower for the Dice Tower Essentials? I'm working on it.
Why is your game the only game out of that?
Because it's the only one that was so ridiculous that you guys actually went for like games that could very well be true.
That was the whole goal of it.
My game was on that cusp of no way, and Essen is German for eat. So Z, did you like doing the 24-hour marathon gaming? Yes.
Did you?
I did, very much so.
But you weren't like tired at the end?
I went home and I stayed up for like another few hours. I think you were kind of at that point too, right? At some point, like halfway through the whole thing, maybe 3/4 in, I had a moment of like weakness. You know, I was a little bit tired, but I caught a second win and I was good. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was
I had fun. I was getting a little grouchy near the end, I think.
It was a crazy experience. I wouldn't want to do it, very often, but would I be opposed to doing it ever again? No. I might do it again.
That Time's Up game kind of woke us all up, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we know that. Oh, Palooka Jim. I love you guys. Oh. I'm sorry to come across as so mean.
Well, thank you.
Everything's cool, Jim.
It's such a cool name, Palooka Jim, anyway. It sounds like a character from one of those Western games.
Palooka Jim.
Any inside information about the restock of X-Wing Wave 1 and Wave 2? No. Guys, I tell you, these companies work really hard to get these games on the shelves. There's no secret. There's not stupidity. It's just that logistics don't always work out. It's just like any other toy that's out there. It's hard to keep them in stock. Fantasy Flight is rushing those to the shelves. They have a company that just produces these things. I would love... Someone asked Christian Peterson at Gen Con about the painting.
That's right.
And he kind of went over it and said... He kind of did a lot of talk around it. Like, it's a specialized process and stuff. I just want to see a video of how the people paint the factories. I've always been curious about that.
That'd be cool.
Do they just grab it and go and pass it on and the next guy does it?
Probably.
When I was at Cool Mini or Not, they had a guy in the back who was assembling miniatures that they were selling. They were like these metal miniatures and stuff. What he was doing was he was separating out all the pieces, and he went down there, and I said, so is this fun? And he just looked at me. I was like...
So did he shoot himself that day or after that?
I haven't heard yet.
Okay, thoughts on Let Them Eat Shrimp? I don't know anything about that game. Thoughts on Patch History?
Oh, wait, I want to answer that question. I haven't heard of Let Them Eat. It's a hilarious title. What's a good game you can beat Matt Hosey in? I don't know. I found that every game Hosey in.
Any news on the El Grande reprint this year? Is there an El Grande reprint coming?
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, I should be more positive about that. As far as I know, it looks like it's Z-Man, but Z-Man's kind of slow sometimes with their reprints.
New Bedford. Anything?
Oh, I like. If you want to know about patch history, I did do a review of that. Check it out. I like it quite a bit. New Bedford. Do you like New Bedford? Or you haven't played it?
What is
yeah,
it?
It was okay. It was that tile placing game from R&R Games.
New Haven?
Oh, that's New Haven, isn't it? That's not New Bedford.
I don't know what New Bedford is. Coliseum holding my breath for. Is there one?
Don't hold your breath because you will die, probably.
Yeah.
Someone asked if that was going to be reprinted, and the answer came back as no. Sorry. There's other...
This is sort of what we just... I got high hopes for The Witcher since I love the World video game. Have y'all got the hype as well?
I don't know. I
don't know either. I like
Ignacio's design.
Yeah, I like him as a designer. The world I'm not familiar with, but it's not off-putting either. But
Fantasy Flight said they would send me a copy when it came out. So really, if we could show you the inside of the closet here of games to be reviewed right now, we are not usually sitting around going, "There's nothing to do." More like we're going, there's so many games to play.
Yeah. When is the next 2 to 3 hour live gaming night?
It will be after Essen. I don't know. I'm not scheduling anything till Essen's over. But from Essen to the end of the year, there's Board Game Geek Con. Oh yeah, wow. All right.
Tom, where is Faces in the Dice Tower Essentials line? 3rd, 4th?
Xth. Who was the best theme song for the top 100 games? I like mine the best, but anyway, go ahead.
Any word on the next Smash Up expansion?
Prediction. Cavemen, superheroes, cowboys, knights, and dragons. Those are all excellent choices. I think we're going to see cowboys because they're going to try to, why wouldn't they tie that into their Doomtown thing?
Yeah.
Do they have a circus expansion yet? That'd be cool.
I don't think they have a specifically circus expansion.
No, they don't. They don't have any kind of acrobatic circus sideshow expansion. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah,
sideshow. The Freaks. The Freaks. You can call the Hulk geeks, and I don't know what they do.
They could have put the geek one in there, right?
Yeah,
that would have been a good tie-in.
Right.
If you do a Dead of Winter live stream, will the audience know the objectives, or will it be a secret to us too?
I've been thinking about that. I thought that what we could do is we could each show. I don't know. It works both ways. Do you want to watch the game and try to figure out what people are doing, or do you just want to hold up to the camera and then let people see it?
You got to be careful with people commenting back. It might break the game.
That's true. That's
the only problem.
Because you're going to be commenting to each other, and we would have to not look at the stream at all.
Yeah.
So, I could see it working both ways.
I guess if we don't look at it, that would be okay. It does let people know a real fun aspect of the game. Let them in that they wouldn't have access to otherwise. Z, are you going to try the French theme pack for Agricola? Not only does that thing exist, but no. I don't like Agricola.
Can we do Gift Trap on a live playthrough? That might be interesting. Have you played Arcadia Quest? You didn't play that one.
Not yet.
All right.
The Crocodile Pool Party will be coming to the Dice Tower Essentials line.
Well, we considered it, but Dad and I woke up.
Have you guys played Glen Moore?
No, but there are guys in my group who every time I go, they're like, "Hey, have you ever played Glen Moore?" And I say, "No, I haven't." And they're like, "You should play this." And I say, "I know." And then we never do.
I have played it, and I like it quite a bit. I think it's a great game. Brighton. Actually, originally was designed and released in Dutch, okay? Clown expansion.
Yeah, can you imagine clowns? Clowns, ninja clowns, ghost clowns, dinosaur clowns.
It's so ridiculous.
The game's already ridiculous.
What is this? Wait, I skipped one. Oh, Legendary Encounters Predator and Firefly news. Have they announced those?
I can't remember if they were announced publicly or not.
I don't know that. Legendary expansion with Guardians of the Galaxy. Will you acquire this expansion, or have you tired of Legendary?
Have I tired of Legendary? Top 100! And I'm so excited. This is my favorite expansion I'm looking forward to, mostly because of the movie. But that's coming out like any day now. It's like coming out during Essen.
That's so cool. And it is an expansion. It's just an add-on.
Has 5 heroes. I can't imagine what they are. 1 new villain. And some new villain groups. So pretty much everything from the movie.
But you need the...
Yeah, you would need the base set. But that's fine. As soon as I get it, I'm playing it. Boom! That's happening.
Okay, let me tackle this one. Zee, can you explain your dislike for Vlada Kovato games? You seem to not be a fan. I just don't like his games because... Oh, I'll tell you what it is. Largely, it's because his games tend to be complex, but I find the complexity does not add back into the fun loop. And I don't like that a lot of his games have a sort of programming phase and then a resolution phase in which you sort of sit back and watch it happen. I don't like those two things. I find his games to be fiddly. I don't know. I just don't tend to like his games.
You would like Bunny Bunny Moose Moose.
I might. I haven't played that. I mean, I don't know him, you know. I like the guy as a person.
When they meet at Essen, the Vlada's just gonna
wail on me. Yeah. So I just happen to, I've noticed that trend. It's like you seeing a game from somebody you know you like, their games, I mean. And so you'll be more interested. His games, historically, I haven't liked, so I'm more likely to avoid them.
Can I get Dave and Goliath reprinted for the Dice Tower Essentials line? I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. But I would wonder that if there's already too many out there to print it. It's been printed many, many times.
Yeah, that's true.
Xeno Shift is just as good as it played. Daniel, good to see you're playing games. Okay. White Shadow asks us, what do we think about tablet and smartphone applications like the upcoming XCOM game? So we both played the XCOM game at Gen Con.
We did?
What'd you think?
I thought it was fun.
Of the XCOM application.
Yeah, I mean, again, we did not play a final version of it. The app was not completed. But I thought it was...
See, what the app does is it does a bunch of random stuff for you, which you don't have to draw all these cards to do.
Where I have an issue is when it's a gimmick, where it's like a superfluous thing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the game comes with this app that makes a bell noise. You know, that's goofy. I mean, if it's unnecessary, then I don't get it. But that app serves a very specific purpose in that game, you know. It works. It would be really hard. It probably, I don't know if impossible, but extremely hard to do that game without what the app does for you, you know. And
well, I'm really close to using an app for like when they finish Winner, where the Crossroad card thing is an app.
Really?
And there are like hundreds and hundreds of cards available on it.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, forget it. That's great. And it'd be awesome if you could set up the app and it could watch you. And then if you do the thing that triggers it, it goes, I'm seeing you, stop.
That's right. Stop!
Okay, what other hobbies do you guys have besides board games?
I like music a lot. I listen to a lot of different music. I get a kick out of music. I like to read. I read a ton of science fiction short stories, or science fiction books themselves. I like David Weber a lot. I'm really kind of out of other hobbies.
Same stuff. I mean, I like movies, obviously, a lot. I do like reading. I like sci-fi.
I don't, is movies a hobby? I guess if you... Don't most people watch movies?
Most people probably read, too, so...
I don't know about that.
I like breathing. That's a fun hobby. No, movies, books. I like sci-fi, I like horror.
Eating,
books,
apparently.
Not movies. Eating is fun. I obviously have, the theater world also, so I like reading plays. I enjoy theatrical productions. I like acting. I like directing. Where are we? I lost it.
Well, we're going to have to pull this to a close here. We've been going for 90 minutes. That's a pretty good time zone. And we got to get ready. We get for Essen. He's leaving in like 36 hours.
I'll wrap up with this one. Somebody's asking me about Pandemic the Cure. I don't know much about it. I'm actually one of the few people who would... Well, let me not put it that way, but...
Who should?
I'm one of the people that seemingly should have tried that demo that hasn't. I know Eric Summerer tried it, and I don't know if you tried it already. I know.
No, I didn't.
I know some people have tried
the
it
demo.
and have told me that they were very impressed with it. I cannot wait to get my sweaty paws on that game and run laughing maniacally. I don't know, but I'm going to get one. Probably not at Essen, because I would have to bring it back here, but I'll get one back. I'll get one when I'm back in the States. So,
wow. Now there's only 68 badges left for Dice Tower Con. Oh, man. Let's see here. Thank you guys for watching this. We will see you next time at Essen. I'm sorry we didn't get to everyone's questions. Yes, I did read Wheel of Time. I thought the ending was okay. But anyhow, come up to us, say hi to us if you see us at Essen.
Yeah,
if you're not going, follow Dice Tower or the Dice Tower on Twitter, or go to our Facebook page. I hope to have that working and tweet different pictures of stuff. And then when we get back, it's just going to be review for the rest of the year. Cool.
Yeah, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, which is my main gaming-related outlet, then you can follow me at ZEE_Garcia.
Are you going to be tweeting from Essen?
Probably not because of the data. I probably won't be. But again, follow me on there. I'll be talking on there about games. ZEE_Garcia, and that's where you can find out what I've been playing, what I've been doing. Cool. Thanks, guys, for wishing us a good trip. Have a good one.
Yep. We'll see y'all next time.